the notification out there, and we'll get going then. Okay, copy link. Okay, so I'm back. At least let some people get in here. Today we're supposed to get Jeffrey Epstein file stuff. I'll be very honest with you guys. I've already said to people it's not going to be what you think it is. Apparently, we've got to wait for more files to be released by the Southern District of New York. Senator Marsha Blackburn, hey Dave, how you doing? Senator Marsha Blackburn, Kojak is right here, said that she's seen it. It's the Ghislaine Maxwell Little Black Book. There are names on it. There are names of people who took part in the Lolita Express flights to the island. I'm going to caution people who are on a tear to hate everybody in Hollywood because they're Democrats. You're probably not going to see Tom Hanks's name on there. You're not going to see Steven Spielberg's name on there. You might see Oprah Winfrey's because she has the money. Okay. Epstein was interested in people with a lot of power. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but Tom Hanks, compared to Ehud Barak, compared to Bill Clinton, compared to Barack Obama, none, very little insignificant power. So there you go. But this video is going to kind of be an extension of the one I deleted last night because I was like really pissed off. And then something came over while I was ranting and gave birth to the video that I uploaded this morning. Cameron just posted a great blog about why Kennedy can't defeat the trades. I'll give you the example, and this is why it's true. And he used Harvey Weinstein as an example. You know, he put, watch this person, Dave, he put out the word when he got accused of sexual misconduct to all of his buddies in Hollywood, Meryl Streep, etc. None of them came forward because they all knew it was true. And once it's in the trades, they can't go back, and they won't go back. So, God, get out of my face. So, what you've got here is the same thing, okay? It went to Matt Bellany. People were probably told, tell Bellany at Puck, this is what's going on. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Andrew Salazar from Discussing Film said he has known for months Kennedy was out. Okay. Sparrow, they said, they, meaning Sparrow, said that Iger was going to announce it in the trades in December, but because all of this, you know, people didn't really know what was going on and everything, he decided to wait. And now with the death of DEI, thanks be to Jesus Christ, it's over. And he was able to, you know, basically get the word, probably through John Favreau, to Matt Bellany, who went, because he's known. He had no problems criticizing her, very carefully, I might add. He had no problems criticizing her throughout the years. Oh, go fuck yourself, Marley, with a great big spiked dildo, you little cunt. here's the deal. Okay. He said it, the podcast. Aaliyah, one of Cameron's subscribers, sent it. He's saying she's out to Cameron. Cameron posted it after the Hollywood Reporter came out. The Hollywood Reporter is the trade voice of choice. Started in what, 1930? For PR for the films. But it's a trade voice of choice for Disney. They went out there and they said, repeated verbatim what Puck reported. Then later, like later in the morning, when I was finally awake after 7, Variety came out and one of their sources, aka Kennedy's PR person, tried to poo-poo it, and within, I would say, minutes, they had to retract it and say, yeah, she's out. Then Deadline came in. So you've got the legit Hollywood trades saying she's out. Harvey Weinstein. You've got the legit Hollywood trades saying he's a pervert. Everybody knew it anyway. But the moment it hits the trades, it's out loud. Okay, you have to acknowledge it. Okay, and that's how people learn to accept things, like Ukraine being a kleptocracy. Okay, because it is. Anyway, so everybody knew. I mean, Lord Tornaga told me last year that a very connected 7th floor lawyer at one of the studios said there's shit going down at Lucasfilm and it looks like Kennedy's out the door. Last year, like Cameron was saying, like I was saying, like other people were saying that we weren't listened to. Why? All right, now, look, and this is the point of my thing. We're talking about something Star Wars fans have begged to have happen for close to a was. Hello, ist irgendwas interessantes los. That was German asking about something about being interesting. I'll have to look that up. They're probably not bad people, but I'm not gonna sit and translate something like that without sitting down to think about it. If you come back and speak English, and then we'll talk. But anyway, what? Yeah, the box is outside of KK's office. So what is going on here is we finally got confirmation, and it is confirmation. It is, I hope I'm cautiously, no, it's fucking real. Okay. Again, as Cameron said, once the trades all get together and say it's happening, it's happening. Because if they got to come back and say, oops, then Hollywood has a meltdown. It doesn't work anymore. The only person that Kennedy actually could like put her thing out, her spin out with or to, was Jeff Snyder, who at the end of this long rambling psychotic statement, I went out, he even talked to her, basically said that Lin-Wen Brennan, the chief flying monkey, will probably go and run ILM. So she can go and play with the toys, as long as she doesn't touch anything. Okay, she's not, then she won't have any power to scream about the sequels being phased out. She won't have any power to scream about The Acolyte being removed from Disney Plus in good time. Okay. With The Acolyte fans finally just like fading into the background. But trust me, if it starts coming out that they're going to redo the timeline and it's official, like it's Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Deadline, you've got Fandom Wire talking about it, then I would be very much gird your loins, because the Molly Damons and the Mary Sues and the rewriting Ripleys of the world will come out screaming. Okay. Which would be kind of fun. Grab your popcorn, grab your soda, grab a cup of coffee or tea, grab a glass of wine, and mock them. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We have people within the fandom, who don't want you to be happy. They would rather piss in your cornflakes than you to take joy in something. Okay? And that's not how it's supposed to work. I'm calling out Nerdrotic for that. First off, constantly repeating Star Wars is dead is a very sick propaganda thing to do. If you repeat a lie long enough, the masses will believe it. Well, I mean, I see it every day here when someone comes here to troll. Star Wars is dead. Ugh. You can't kill an idea. On Midnight's Edge yesterday, yesterday, Wednesday, I heard that, I think it was Paulie had a meltdown at the way they were acting. Okay. They need the rage porn. It's an opiate, by the way, for conservatives, more so than it is for the left for some reason. They need the rage porn to continue, because they're not making any money if it doesn't. Okay, so when you've got Nerdrotic screaming Star Wars is dead, ugh, and the rest of them repeating it, and you've got WDW Pro with his nasty, pessimistic bullshit, it's not that they know anything more than we do. They don't. It is not that they're better informed than even you are, their subscribers. They need you to click on their things, okay, to believe what they say and to come back for more. All right. It's about selling AdSense. It's about big super chats. It's about the little thank you, here's a tip. That's it. A lot of these guys, YouTube is all they got. That's how they make money. Not a good business model, in my opinion, because, if we ever have an electromagnetic pulse weapon, which is a, 50 megaton nuclear bomb go off over Kansas or Nebraska, all of this stuff goes away. Then poof. Okay. And you better be able to survive. Okay. Different topic, but so when I look at people who are solely employing themselves through YouTube, it's like, hey Jacob, how are you? It's ridiculous to me. And another thing, taking people's joy away. Saying shit like, I believe it when I see it. Ugh. That's right out of Tom Connors. Okay? What does he know about this shit? Nothing. Okay? Meanwhile, he's allowed to chase people off that do know what they're talking about, because he doesn't want to believe it himself. You know, excellent, Jacob. And it's like, look, are we going to let these people steal our joy? Did we let the left steal our joy when Trump won? Are we letting them steal our joy now? You know, I see conservatives right now getting pissed off because they're not getting the full thing of the Jeffrey Epstein thing. Again, amateur hour. As much as I love Andrew Breitbart, God bless his soul, and the fact that he unleashed the people to actually do reporting themselves, a lot of people with absolutely zero business in obtaining or thinking they obtained information and disseminating it, they have no business doing it, but they're out there doing it. I look at Nerdrotic, I look at Pro, I look at a lot of these big channels as being amateur hour. I'm amateur hour compared to some. But at least when I decide I'm going to look for something, I go and get a subscription to Ownerly. I go and, you know, spend money on things to actually look at the substance and the context before I go off. Okay? Which is why I knew when Kennedy sold her house. I told Matt Bellamy that. Okay? He mentioned it. He didn't mention me, and I don't care if he does or not. That he started having a feeling she was out when she sold that house. Okay. You know, shit like that. That's how you do this. It's not, seeing something in Collider or Jeff Snyder or anywhere and running with it. Yeah, the McCarthy documents. Yeah, or the Blue Stockings UK, Limited UK. You want to know how much money was spent on the trash light? There it is. Now, there are very good indications that the first money came from USAID through NGOs in Britain, one of them being the BBC. Okay, don't be surprised if that comes out. Which means Kathleen Kennedy owes us all about $5,000. All right. And I want my money. I want my money. I want to be able to buy my husband that Marine Corps Special Operations 1911. He's been drooling over that for years. I want to buy that for him. That's a cool present, I think. But this is how you do it. You don't just go, bah, Jeff Snyder said, that's what they did. Then they didn't acknowledge the very end where the person then said, Lin-Manuel Brennan will probably go and head ILM, which has nothing to do with running Lucasfilm, which means she's under Jon Favreau's thumb and Dave Filoni's thumb, all right? Because ILM doesn't come up with character designs and descriptions. The writers have to. This is what this creature looks like. This is what a loth wolf looks like. Koji, come here. Koji, come. Come here. Now, come here. All right. Imagine this guy. Imagine him being 4 times bigger. All right. That's a loth wolf. Okay. And, that's what you got to go with. You don't just sit there and go, well, blah, 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 and this, and, Lin-Manuel Brennan and Kennedy wanted to be the kingmaker. She could, why would you think Bob Iger would take anything she said seriously? And stop telling everybody she has some deep, dark secrets over Bob Iger. Okay? She does not, because she would have released it already. Okay? Don't be fucking stupid. All right? She was already on the way out after Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny came out. I don't care if we didn't have any, direct evidence. It was there because she was nowhere to be found. The movie was sadly a disaster for Harrison Ford. And if you're a black pill and you've decided you hate all of Hollywood, please, for the love of all that is holy, quit crying. Fuck off. I don't want to hear about it. All right. President Trump has reached out to Hollywood through ambassadors. Mel Gibson, Sylvester Stallone, John Voight. He has said he wants to help the industry get back on its feet. Why wouldn't you want it to get back on its feet? What is it, Nerdrotic, Gary, about the film industry that you hate so much that you would rather not have it at all? What is it about the Walt Disney Company that you hate so much that you think, to the point where you've got someone who's far more important than you will ever be in your life, Nick Freitas, supporting you with absolutely no cause? What happened to make you hate these people so much? And why do you constantly spew Star Wars is dead? Why? I know why. Joseph Goebbels said it. If you repeat a lie enough, the people out there will believe it. All right. Now, I don't think, I'm pretty sure none of these people have gone to college. Okay. They don't have to go to college to know this stuff. They have to have parents who are actually interested in actually learning things. Maybe lived through World War II. Maybe got their kids interested in learning more about what they did when they were kids. All right. Like mine did. Okay. I have a degree in history. All right. And I've lived in Germany. All right. I know bullshit when I hear it, and I know propaganda when I hear it. Constantly repeating that phrase, Star Wars is dead, is exactly what the fucking Nazis did in Germany. It's exactly what the mainstream media did for the last 10 years. It's exactly what the propaganda minister in the fucking Soviet Union or in China did and does. Okay? So stop it. Stop being like them. Okay? I don't give a shit about your bottom line. Get a real job. Okay? I'm telling every one of you, from Gary, Nerdrotic, to Pro, Valiant Renegade knows better, and the rest of these phonies, stop the rage porn. Stop gaslighting your subscribers. Okay? Stop making it so hard for people to be happy. Ding dong, the bitch is gone. Okay? All right? Why can't we be dumb? It's finally over. All right? But we knew basically when Indiana Jones came out and she was kicked off the server for a while at Lucasfilm, those lawyers from Disney showed up, the Nazgul, the Witch King of Burbank. The Star Wars Hotel, as Mike said, shut down, and the announcement happens. Is she sitting in the Dial of Destiny premiere? But we're all supposed to, blithely follow a bunch of shit. And I'm the one that gets crapped on the most because I disagree. I thought about this. I'm objective. I know how to look for information. And I'm a woman, all right? Those girls who left Midnight's Edge, etc., had a good reason to, all right? If you disagree with somebody, if you disagree with these people, they will, label you crazy, and then you'll be labeled, and they'll try to kill your channel, right? All right, because they don't want to be contradicted. They don't want to have to change the narrative. They want their narrative to be the narrative, okay? And unwittingly and stupidly, they're doing Kathleen Kennedy's job for her. You want to undermine her leaving? Put it out there. Put it out there that she has the right to crown Lin-Wen Brennan as her replacement. Never mention the fact that by the end of a long and rambling statement in Snyder's email letter, that Lin-Wen Brennan's not going to get it and she'll end up running ILM. Okay? You are doing Kennedy's job, helping her disrupt and hurt John and Dave. Okay? You're helping her by going after Dave Filoni. Do you understand that? You are her unwitting dupes. The unwitting dupes. And all the time, you're pissing in our cornflakes. You're not allowing us to be happy. All right? I'm sure you didn't even notice that Reimagine Tomorrow has been shut down. And when you did notice it, you decided, well, they renamed it something else. I looked. They didn't. Hey, Cameron, how come I can't see you? Can you put something up there? Okay, great. I see you now. Okay. You know, this is the thing that drives me crazy, is these people go out, do everything they can to undermine the good stuff. And I mean, Kenobi, that was good beyond Reva. Ahsoka was good despite Sabine and Hera and her son, which were just distractions. You know, they couldn't even admit there were some decent parts in Boba Fett, okay? They couldn't, all right? You know, they turn around, weirdly, like Andor, which is Kennedy's baby, all right? Everybody hated the Acolyte. Okay, everybody. Here's the problem. The Acolyte, Kennedy's thing, Andor, Kennedy's thing. Everything else was a variation on, in the third season of Mandalorian. Yeah, that's where I'm going with this. And this is, Cameron, this is where I'm taking this rant. Mandalorian season 3 wasn't that great because I think, and I can't remember if John was cautioned about going too full throttle into fixing what was broken. But it was mediocre at best. He held back. Okay. And the reason why is because Ding Dong the bitch is still here was going to cause problems. She did everything she could to undermine what they were doing. And if it wasn't a direct undermining, she got the black pills who, quote unquote, hate her, supposedly, to do her bidding for her by going after Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, and everything they were doing. Okay, they need to preserve their hate clicks. So they're doing what Kennedy wants them to do. Here you go. And they're gaslighting their subscribers. Okay. And I find that really disgusting. I find that really hard to imagine. And then when we finally get the word, Kennedy's out, and she's out, she is gone. Okay, as we get closer to Star Wars Celebration, you're going to see more and more stuff about who's going to replace her. We'll get to that in a minute. They can't do it. They can't, deal with it because they lose money. They can't go against their narrative. Okay, look, we've got people, geeks and gamers, Jeremy Greggs, who liked The Last Jedi until he realized everybody hated The Last Jedi. Do you think for 1 minute a former comic book store owner is a Star Wars fan? Maybe he is. But when I look at the way he behaved, and Ryan Cannell too, about what's going on, I just go, you guys can't be Star Wars fans. If you are turning right around and pissing in everybody's cornflakes, okay, as they say in the upper Midwest. I am absolutely appalled by that behavior because Star Wars fans have had so few little to be happy about. And we've waited for these days for so long that they can't be happy. They can't just go off and party like rock stars. They got to sit there and go, oh, do the Goebbels propaganda thing. Star Wars is dead, Star Wars is dead, Star Wars is dead. And then make sure everybody's gaslit. And while doing so, do her bidding without even knowing they're doing it. Okay, so let's talk about the rumor that came over, I guess, yesterday afternoon. Fandom Wire, which seems to be a Disney mouthpiece, reported that Andrew Salazar, who is one of the editors, I think, of Discussing Film, stated that he has known for a long time who was going to replace Kennedy. And they, meaning two, not the pronoun, they are exactly who you think they are. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Okay, why wouldn't it be them? Now let's talk about what the black pills say. Why would Jon Favreau want to do it? Because he grew up loving movies and George Lucas is one of his heroes. And why wouldn't you want to go in and fix what was broken? No, this is the child of the 70s, the teenager of the 80s, dream come true. To walk in to Lucasfilm with George with his hand on your shoulder saying, here are the keys to the kingdom. Fix what she broke. He's living the dream. Okay. Second of all, they can't pay him enough. How do you know how much they're going to pay him? First off, Iger's got to offer it to him, which I'm pretty sure he did a long time ago. Second of all, Iger has to go to the board and say, we pick John to be president of Lucasfilm, or we pick John and Dave to co-president Lucasfilm. We need to vote on this. They have to vote on it. They have to vote on a compensation package for both or for John. And who's to say how much money that's going to be? I guarantee you, running Lucasfilm, an entire studio that's bigger than Gollum, by far will earn a lot of money. And why do people think he can do one or the other? Okay. Why do people think that he would do one or the other? All right. So, the people saying this stuff have again, as Cameron would say, they don't know how it works. Okay. First of all, they ran with Jeff Snyder's first statement. Kennedy's acting as kingmaker. She chooses Lin-Manuel Brennan. Big deal. My dog would choose to eat all of his treats all at the same time and then be sick. I'm not going to let him. All right. Me, I would choose to eat 5, packages, large packages of shaken steak, beef tallow fries. I can't though. Okay. I can't. I'm not. She doesn't have any right to do that. She's not in the chain of command. She's not. She can suggest it, but she'll be yelling into the void. As obvious by the fact that her reaching out to Variety was met with, it came out, her little statement, well, I'm really not going anywhere, to, yes, she is leaving. So Disney came right back and contradicted it. Then none of the trades would talk to her. So she had to go through her people to Jeff Snyder, who's just, he's a nice guy. I've talked to him. Nice guy. But allowing yourself to be used by her. Really? I mean, I'd have been like, I'd have been looking at the email or the text or looking at my phone going, doesn't Bob Iger and, oh, hey, Mazurus is back, yay. By the way, everybody congratulate Mazurus, he got married. So, yay! And he's right here. Anyway, so, I would have been asking, why are you telling me this? And when I know Bob Iger is the one that makes the decision, all right? And why hasn't that gone out to the trades? Why? I would have asked that. And then the drooling and frothing in the mouth or whatever. But I mean, literally, when you look at the statement that was given to him, that he looks like he copied verbatim, he was talking to someone who's batshit crazy, first of all. Second of all, by the time you get down there, the real information is Lin-Wen Brennan will probably go to ILM, which kind of keeps her in the family, but away from Lucasfilm proper, so she can't fuck with it, okay? All she can do is say to the guys at ILM, of course, sci-fi universes. The people at ILM, John wants this alien to look like this. These are his ideas. Try to make it happen. That's it. They want this ship. I gotta blow my nose again. God. Never-ending battle. They want these ships. Can you guys come up with some designs? That's it. That's what she does. She's gonna manage that. Okay? And I'm fine with that because she doesn't have any power over story. She can't tell John he can't shit can the ST. And she can't, tell John who to cast or if they can use deepfake or not. She can't tell him anything. She can't tell Dave anything. So there you go. So we've got all that going on, and it's like the big channels, Nerdrotic and everybody else, ran with Kennedy has made the decision, and we should all run with it, that Lin-Wen Brennan is taking over for her. Without regarding Bob Iger, who, look, I'm going to say this again. If Kathleen Kennedy had any power at all anymore, if she had any secrets, she would have already put them out there. All right? Especially after Indiana Jones flopped and she was given the boot. That's when she was given the boot. All right? The fact that she never did it says she had nothing. And now she's in the Harvey Weinstein lonely position of having no friends to come and run interference for her. Okay? Nobody. I mean, Steven Spielberg, who purposely disregarded her standing next to him at the LA premiere of Dial of Destiny, George Lucas, they're not going to come for her. She set their legacies on fire. Now, if you ask Harrison Ford about her publicly, he'll say she's a very nice lady. Do you see him coming to her rescue now? No. Mark Hamill is in a TDS meltdown. But he's not going to come and take care of her. Why? She's partly to blame for it. I'll never forget Roundhead Johnson at the Austin Film Festival. Blah, 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 blah. And Mark sitting there like this, with that look on his face, because it was like, he was, I mean, the guy, I think, has always had emotional problems, and that was just like the trigger. And then he glommed on to TDS because that's all he's got now. Okay? That's my bad psychological, whatever. It's like, none of those people are going to come to her rescue. I doubt Carrie Fisher would have. Okay? Because everything that those guys put together, that we're part of, from Star Wars, the original trilogy, to Indiana Jones, was crumpled up and used as toilet paper by her, Kennedy. They're not going to help her. Nobody is. Well, he's not going to, because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Okay? He has never known what the hell he's talking about. All right? He's not an authority. I mean, look, this is my voice. This is my face. All right? The guy hides behind an avatar logo and uses a voice modulator. Okay? As somebody else we know does. Why would we listen to them when we know perfectly well it's the opposite? Okay? All right? And, I mean, really, all you got to do is just sit and listen. All right? Look, Chris Gore comes out, what was it, in January, saying Kennedy was out, like, probably around mid-second quarter. It's mid-second quarter. We just found out 2 days ago that she was leaving. All right. Sidetrack, which, if you guys want to go and see a guy that actually drops pretty good rumors, that guy's good. Okay. Stacey Ballard got me hooked on him. Those guys were both saying the same thing. Okay, except Sidetrack was like, well, Kennedy wants to stay somewhere at Disney. There's no fucking way in hell Iger wants her anywhere near Disney. And from what Bellany said, she wants to go and work with her husband. Now, do you guys remember, is it last January, Kennedy's name showed up on the Jurassic Park, the last Jurassic Park movie, as an executive producer, and then right before it came out and I brought it up, they took her name off there? Remember that? Yeah, why? Because it looked sus, okay? And it was sus, okay? It just told me she's no longer at Lucasfilm. They put her name on there because she needs a credit. All right, which is exactly what they did. And then they took it off because Iger was probably like, you're kind of, sort of still employed here. And publicly, we fired Victoria Alonso for doing the same thing. So What is this, Kathy? All right, that's why they did it. Anyway, I gotta go because my voice is going. I want people to look at these big channels and ask them, why aren't you letting people be happy? Why are you taking the joy out of this? Okay, I went from, now that I can do this, I went from, no, right, favorites. All right, let's find it. Hold it. First off, I gotta do one thing. Take off the Bluetooth. Disconnect. All right, just wait a second, guys. All right, because I want to do this right. I went from I found it. Damn it. Oh, come on. Here. I went from this.
The Vikings have left. I've been basking in it for the last 30 minutes. My God. I feel like a seafront village after the Vikings have left. Chase away another days.
All right. That's how I felt the last couple of days. And now I feel like relieved and joyful. And I think everybody has the right to. So make up a music list and blast it. I have. All right. It starts with The Pretenders, ends with the final overture from the first Star Wars movie and the award ceremony. All right. But it's got everything from Blondie to Bruno Mars to Motley Crue to Def Leppard to Nazareth to Get Over It by the Eagles to 6 a.m. To Billy Idol, Rebel Yell, and Moni Moni. All this stuff. All right. Listen to this, to whatever soundtrack you want. Make it up. Be happy. Okay. And then when the official announcement comes out and we see either Kennedy's videotaped statement that she's done and her welcoming Jon Favreau, or Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, or Dave Filoni in as president of Lucasfilm or co-presidents, then we can party like rock stars. And there you go. Okay, well, Mike, those guys, again, they need the money. So anyway, I gotta go, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you around the galaxy. Cameron, if you're still here, Mazurus, if you're still here, Dave, Jacob, I'll see you guys. Bye to my wrenches. Bye to my good buddies, and I'll be back tomorrow. Smuggler salute. See you around the galaxy.